Last we left off, you all set out with the woodsman you met in the tavern named Arthur Stone, who led you to the place that he last saw the fungal infestation. Once there, he realized that the growth had increased rapidly in the few days since he had last come in contact with the rot. You also noticed a blood trail leading into the forest and decided that it would be best if you had additional help after Arsis had scouted it out. It was then that you sent Arthur on his way to Koala's boarding house, where Koala could potentially tend to his ailments. While unfortunately Herc was unable to cure Arthur, he did happen to see that Rin was also infected and was able to cure her. Once you got back into town, you met up with Sergeant Darren Steelheart, who lent you 2 Purple Dragon initiates to allow the 2 guards from the tower to assist you in the forest. It was there that the battle ensued between the group and the clearly infected bear. One of the guards was left unconscious but stable, and Herc was left wounded from the battle, but was able to deliver the killing blow to the beast. We resume here in the process of picking up the unconscious guard's body and headed back to town. Is there anything that you wanted to do in the forest before you left?
Someone
That
grab my
tree
javelin.
stump looks. That tree stump looks mighty inviting over there. I might try to very cautiously try to inspect around in this area.
Okay.
See if there's anything else.
The first thing that I'm going to tell you without even having to make a perception check is that from what you see on this particular map, the long winding tendrils that are winding around the sprawling roots of this tree are actually part of the fungal infestation, to where if you get closer and you're going to be stepping and creeping on top of this, it could have the same impact as when somebody decided to kick the mushroom spore last time. I can't remember who that was.
Pointing probably doesn't really give anybody to Sarah.
You're more than welcome to. You do have the bandana, so from at least what you know or have known so far, you've had advantage on it. But there is still a potential. Potentially. Could not be. It's a risk that you have to be willing to take.
Hey, I'm curious, and I'm willing to take a chance. Hopefully it works out.
What specifically are you looking for?
I mean, outside of this area and what looks to be super thick over there in the northeast or the northwest of the map, I don't know, just looking for like a sign of origination.
Okay.
Maybe a better vantage point as well.
Okay. Are you intending to climb up the tree?
How tall is the stump?
It's probably about 15 or so feet high before it's chopped off.
Yeah, I'll give it a good old climb.
Okay. So, first thing I'll have you do is make a Constitution save at advantage. Or, I guess... wait, hold on. Saves aren't affected by...
Saves aren't affected, just
exhaustion.
ability checks.
Not yet until, what is it, second or third level?
Probably third on a saving throws. You need a con save?
Yep. That's the first thing. As you
At
step...
advantage, you said?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
Okay.
The first time you step onto the mycelium growth that's kind of grown over top of the grass and over top of the tree roots that you see exposed. It emits a puff of spores, and you decide to try to stick even closer to the non-affected areas, choosing to be on top of the large tree roots. And as you scurry up, go ahead and give me an athletics check to climb.
But it's going to be at disadvantage then, I believe. God, with a -1 too. Yikes.
Rip the
Oh,
disadvantage.
You get about the route itself leads you probably a good 6 feet above the ground, so you still have a little bit of a viewpoint, taller than what you were. But as you're attempting to try to climb onto the tree stump even further to get yourself even higher, you start to realize that it's rotted, and every time you grab onto a very firm piece of the bark, as you try to put any sort of weight onto it, it just kind of crumbles in your hand, and you're left finding not much purchase that you would be able to use to get climb I don't know, climbing
Sounds
ability
nice.
on
I would have
there.
made you fall on your ass.
Yeah. All right. Well, if I can't get up to the top, then I'd probably leave it at that then. And
You can give me a perception check if you want, just normal, because I know you said you were trying to look around for a point of origination
It
here.
would still be an exhaustion.
Yeah, but I
Disadvantage.
was going to be advantage because he was higher up, being able to look around with the vantage point, but I'm just going to give it normal because of the
okay.
exhaustion. You do feel like, while you can't find the very specific source, you do feel like it probably is coming from deeper within the forest, and it is growing outwards.
Okay. I'd probably try to, as carefully as I can, come back down and join with everybody else.
Yeah, retracing your footsteps,
kinda
you don't
wanna
have
do
any issues.
Something similar.
Okay.
I'd like to walk to the middle of the area. I'd like to crouch down, put my hand down, and then I'd like to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Okay.
See how deeply rooted it is, how far out I can detect.
Okay. What's the range on the detect poison and disease? It's a 60
I believe
feet.
it's only 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. With only 30 feet, you definitely see kind of radiating out all around you, even in the spots where, as you're standing here on the grass, it doesn't appear that it's affected. You do see kind of a yellowish glow, like in your mind's eye, being able to detect it underneath, maybe in the soil. You can see the disease, but it does
Then I'll just
seem.
make a big circle around while it's up, because I think it's good for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would find that the aura grows stronger the further. This isn't a good representation because up is down and down is up on this one. But as you walk towards the top of the map, which is actually south, like where the bear
infection-
came from.
Yeah. The infection grows stronger this way. I wonder if we can find a source.
The guard speaks up. I've got to get my partner back to camp. We've got to get him healed. I can't just leave him like this.
Oh, of course not. With the rapid growth that we've noticed with this, we can't afford to sit on this much longer. We're exhausted. We really can't go on, but it's important to know as much as we can before we leave the area.
I'm still hanging on Arceus's shoulder, by the way.
Okay.
So you're just
Completely left
following me
off.
as I'm slowly walking around.
Yeah, I was like, I thought we were going back to the inn, but
We
we want
will
to
in just a
lead the
second.
charge into the center of these woods.
No, Herc. I was just doing a little investigating before we left. And then I'll turn around and start walking back to town, I guess. Poor guy.
Let the
I see
man
where your
rest.
priorities are.
Is that what everyone else would like to do?
Yeah, this fungal infection is real bad. It's
Okay.
kind of scaring me.
Alrighty. As you make your way back into town after...
Can I recover my one javelin as we do that little turnabout, the little walkabout?
Remind me again what happened to it? Did it sail into
I
the...
threw it and I
Threw it in the-
missed.
Beyond the bear.
Yeah. Give me a perception check with a DC of 10. If because this is out in the woods and it is it a
It's wood on
Oh
wood.
God.
Gets a 0.
Wood on wood.
No.
Crime.
yeah. Sorry.
Picked up a stick that looks like a javelin.
Unfortunately, you're unable to find
Alright.
your javelin.
That was a gift.
Herc, I think that's a stick.
One of those would have cost 5 javelins. Oh,
Maybe
what a
when we
shame.
come back tomorrow, we
Yes,
can
we'll come
look
back.
for it
We'll
again.
show this wood who's boss.
We'll get those mages that they were talking about to come out here and cleanse this fire. With fire. I think that's the only thing that'll stop it.
Remind me again, you were at the Silver Wink.
Yes. We paid for rooms, I think. We just haven't used
Yeah.
them yet.
Okay. Alrighty, as you make
Yeah,
your
we
way
were all
back
eating breakfast when we got distracted.
Yeah, you make your way back to town. About a half hour, 40 minutes go by as you can really feel the weight of the exhaustion starting to pile on you from the lack of sleep, the fierce battle that you just had. It's really weighing on you. It's still midday. The guards depart and they head into the barracks to tend to their wounds. What do you intend to do at the inn? Are you going to attempt to go to sleep?
Innkeep, I need you to draw a hot bath.
And Rosalind from behind the bar just kind of gives you a wink and, sure thing, I'll have someone get right on it. And calls some of the waitstaff over and sends it up to your room. And it'll be about 10 minutes.
I mean, lunch sounds good too. It's been a day already. Is so bad with names. What's his name? The gentleman that's driving us.
That's driving us?
Oh,
yeah, the-
gosh.
Cameron-
You're let me look at my note. Because he was drunk
It's-
and he went and passed out because somebody took him up to
Ephraim,
this
it's
room.
No,
Ember.
it's like starts
Edgar.
with a T, I think.
You're talking about the guy from the very beginning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your caravan
Our
driver.
Cameron.
Thaddeus, thank you so much.
Thaddeus, there you go.
Haha.
Thad. Come on, you guys.
What
Ridiculous.
were you going to ask about Thaddeus?
I was gonna go talk to him for a second.
See if
As
he's sobered up.
No.
you make your way up to where you dropped him off earlier, because I do believe, was it you or was it Sammy
Sammy
that
brought him up.
escorted him up? Sammy
Yeah,
took him up.
Sammy.
It was me.
As you make it up to the top of the stairs and you get to the sleeping quarters, you hear a loud snoring coming from
I
his
recognize
room.
that snoring.
Yeah. His
I'll
door
knock
is
first.
no response.
Then I will try the handle to see if it's locked.
It is unlocked.
Okay. I'll pop in. Thaddeus. Thaddeus, can you wake up for a second, Thaddeus?
You get the
I'll
sense.
shake him.
Yeah, as you shake him, he rouses awake and just kind of looks at you with like big, bulging, bloodshot eyes. But just looking at you, staring.
We found more of whatever attacked us in the woods. It's pretty close to town. And so I don't know if we're gonna be leaving tomorrow or not. I gotta talk to the others, but being that we seem to be the foremost experts on this fungal infections, we might have to help the authorities here before we head home.
And he's still trying to kind of rub the sleep from his eyes and process everything that you said. Like, you can tell that there was a solid minute delay before it clicks with him. I'm not gonna... We got a delivery to make. I got people that are counting on me, too, to get this stuff back to town.
Now, I haven't talked to the others yet, and we'll do what we can in town. You still planning to leave at first light?
That was always the plan. Stay on schedule. Where'd you find it? You said it's in the forest?
Yeah, about 40 minutes outside town, which is not very far at all. One of the lumberjacks came across it. He's looking pretty bad.
What if it's spread back home?
Exactly.
Wouldn't...
So I think that's why we need to be staying. We can't bring this home with us.
Alright, well...
Now, Herc has some magical medicine. He can check you over, see if you've got the fungus, and maybe you can send a letter home for Sasha and Rin's employer.
Wait, hold on.
and
You think
explain
I
that we're
have
a
the
little-
fungus?
No. I'm just saying that Herc can make sure you don't
What if I did?
before you leave. Then I suggest you don't leave.
Alright. Is that all? I'm
Well,
still
if-
extremely tired.
I know, and we're getting ready to call it a day too. Herc's hurt pretty bad. But I just wanted to touch base with you and let you know that we found more, and it seems to be following us.
It's following us. You don't mean it's really following us, right? Like, you think it's just coincidence?
I never rule out anything until I know for sure.
Alright, I guess. Shit.
Well, you
Alright,
get some sleep. We'll talk early tomorrow before anybody leaves, just to make sure. I'll let everyone else know we had a chat.
Alright, now you got me paranoid. I feel like I need to... Will you send Herc up or something to check me out? I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to sleep.
Nothing else until tomorrow. Like I said, he's hurt pretty bad. I think he needs to recover first.
Alright. Alright, I'm glad you're all safe then, I guess. I mean, I am glad you're all safe. I'm just saying, I guess I don't know what else to do.
Well, I'll go get the other heads involved. We'll decide together what we should do.
Well, no
If
matter
means
what,
sending you on by yours.
yeah, if I'm free of any disease, I'm scooting. I'm
No,
gonna get
you wanna
back
go
and maybe
home.
warn the others, and plus I gotta get this delivery back on time. I got a reputation to
Right.
maintain.
Yeah, but it's life or death. So we'll see. I'll talk to everybody. See what's going on. and then I'll exit the room, close the door, let him have his privacy to panic alone.
Okay.
By the way, you might be dying. Bye.
Yeah. Right.
Might be bringing
Jesus
a
Christ.
terrible, incurable disease to everyone you love at home. Don't leave yet.
Right. As you make your way back down to the table, you see Rosalind coming back over and kind of talking about the different food that they have to offer. We have for our lunch, it's not quite dinner yet, but we can kind of bring in some of our more heartier meals if you'd like some roasted venison and mushrooms or braised
Oh,
rabbit
no
and
mushrooms.
vegetables.
You're in the bath.
I thought they said it would take 10 minutes. I'm
Yeah,
just
they said it would
bleeding on
take
their
10
bar
minutes.
until
Yeah.
then.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
But
This
the
is
rabbit
about
sounds
12,
nice.
1 o'clock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No mushrooms. Why? One of our best items
Just
is our
don't have
stuffed
it.
mushrooms with goat cheese and herbs.
Just need a small break from mushrooms right now. Like I said, your rabbit stew with the vegetables sounds lovely.
Okay, I'll bring out some fresh baked bread. That'll be a little bit longer, but I'll bring that out to be with your stew. I'll just need a round of drinks or anything?
Yes. Yes.
I'll take an ale.
Rin nods.
Lime water for me, please.
Lime
Well,
water?
I imagine Herc has got like gashes on him, and he's probably actively bleeding on the floor.
And could I get this in the bath with me?
The food or the ale?
Both. And I'll slip a couple coins.
Okay. Yeah, it's. I think total the tab right now would only be like a gold 5 silver.
So he's gonna
Okay.
give him a platinum.
But yeah. So and that's for everybody, mind you, not just her.
Somehow I feel like math is not a Herc strong suit.
Bringing it out. Everything tastes delicious. It's warm. It's well seasoned and salted. The bread
Are
is
you all
fresh with the nice crust.
Eating food with me.
I would probably wait for the bread to come out since that's pretty quick. And then I would throw a lion onto the table and then just up to the room.
Like with
Yeah,
like
I think
an
Rin's
end cap
down
of bread.
Maybe, yeah, probably. Nice little heel right there.
Okay.
With a little butter on it.
Oh, little salt and pepper on that bad boy.
Jeez.
Oh.
Okay.
You guys are lucky. I just had some
Rosemary
spooky
butter?
chicken. Otherwise,
Rosemary
I
butter would
really
be
get that
nice.
from you.
Yes. We can't be choosy in
Um,
these parts.
These hard
Rin's in no
times.
rush. She's down to sit and eat. And in fact, she'd offer, like, if anyone, when you retire to your room, wants to give me anything to repair, I'm pretty handy. If your clothes got torn at all, I'm happy to clean it up.
Mighty kind of you.
No, I think I came out of that pretty unscathed.
I think poor Hook.
Herc?
the brunt of
Yeah,
it.
Herc on the other hand, yeah.
Well, I just figured I'd get myself, since I got a day's wages and a large sum for advance, I thought I'd go visit wherever Sammy got his fancy digs and dress myself up something nice.
Well, I
But I
suppose that can't
appreciate
hurt
the
either. Next
We'll
time.
check the damage. We'll see.
It'll be handy when we're on the road. Speaking of the road.
Besides, I'm not going to strip down in front of you here all. Do that
That's
in
mighty
private.
nice of you, Herc.
Thanks.
I talked to Thaddeus just a moment ago, and tried to convince him to give us more time here.
More time? Why would we need more time?
People are in danger. There's more we might be able to do, being that we've encountered this, and survived longer than anybody else.
Sure, but we have a job to do, don't we?
That you know of.
I know that you're a passenger, but most of us
Yeah,
are hired help here.
I do have a job at home, but if this gets anywhere near Monroe, we won't have the supplies to stop it. It's a
I
little
suppose
town.
that's fair, but who are we to stop a fungus? It's better that we just pass this off to the authorities now that they know that this is serious.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what we can do that the town couldn't.
Who
I
are
think
we
your
to stop
concern
a
is noble.
fungus? Well, it sounds like both places might need help, but I say we ate fungus for breakfast, so I think we're perfectly certified to take care of any fungal problems.
God, I won't want fungus for breakfast for a long time.
But it sounds like this sleepy town that we're headed to could use the warning, perhaps.
Yeah, I was still planning to send Thaddeus home after we thoroughly checked him for any sort of disease. If you could do the thing you did with him tomorrow. You know how you could tell Miss Wren and that poor lumberjack were
Oh,
infected?
yes. I'll do a thorough inspection.
Because, you know, if Thaddeus has it, we gotta get him taken care of, but before he can go home.
I make no promises. I was not able to help Mr. Stone.
Mr. Stone?
It
Yes,
was,
Wren's got a distant cousin here.
Our friend the lumberjack. We share a name somehow.
Is
Funny that he
Stone a
deals
common
in
name?
wood and his last name is Stone. I thought that was a riot.
Yeah, pretty silly little combination there, Herc.
And a silly coincidence. But I suppose it's a common name. Certainly more common than Brightwind or Riker or...
He like holds up a finger to like correct you, but then just like puts it down.
Riker.
Solo.
Yeah, Riker Solo. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I knew it was a Star Wars reference,
Yeah.
but I couldn't remember what it was.
Herc, what's your last name? Your surname?
Well, my father doesn't have a surname.
In your culture,
So
you
I
guys don't do
know
surnames?
if I...
Do orcs have clan names, I would assume. But
You're half orc though, right?
right.
So did your
My
mom?
father gave it up. He's not part of any clan anymore. My mother, on the other hand, is Amara Heartsong.
So your surname
So
should
at
be
times
Song.
I've been known as Herc Heartsong.
It's pretty.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue.
It does.
That's the idea, is there's alliterative H's. Herc Heartsong. The hulking hurricane half-orc. That's what they used to call me. Still do, if we ever go back to Suzanne.
Well, you're certainly knowledgeable about literary devices.
I know it's unexpected.
Why is that unexpected? It's not like I... Well, I was raised in Suzale and then spent some time in Marsember. Got a little bit off track there. And then I came...
I know that feeling. I've also been to Marsember for a time. It takes you quite a bit off the plan that you intended on being on, but
Some people thrive in it. I could have. I'm grateful I didn't. Story for another time, perhaps.
And it's about at that time as you say a story for another time, Rosalind flags you down and lets you know that your bath water is ready.
Excellent. Is it steamy in there? I need the incense to combine with the steam to really make it how
Do
I like
you
it.
need some incense? I can
No,
send
I
some.
have my own. Thank you very much.
If you get up there
have,
quickly, it's. If you're up
Oh.
within the next 5 minutes, it'll probably be exactly what you're looking for.
on my way.
And she hands you a wooden tray with your food and drink on it.
Great.
Arsis
Kinda
is
like-
generally mortified at this conversation exchange. She's just like, what is going on?
I put like a rabbit leg in my mouth and put the tray back on the on the bar. Grab my tankard, and then like skip up the stairs to the bath is upstairs.
Yeah,
Is that right?
it's in your
Oh,
room.
okay.
In your
Every
room.
room is fitted
Oh.
with yeah, this is the nicer inn, nicest inn in the town. So
Wow.
each one has a bath in it.
Ah, I'm
Well,
very
Fancy
pleased.
us.
Mhm.
Live it
I
up,
think he
big
might have
boy.
a good point. Can I also request a bath?
Should I just have them draw water for each of you then?
Sounds quite nice.
I feel like it might be needed.
I'll make it happen. How long would you like to be down here before your bath is ready?
Oh, as soon as possible would be great.
Fair enough.
I'm in no rush.
Alrighty. We'll get that taken care of, and I'll let you know when it's ready. She goes back to tending the other tables.
By default, you're in the middle, Riker. Should we let Sammy know that they do baths here?
If it's in his room, I'm sure he can figure it out on his own.
Is there indoor plumbing in this place?
No,
Have we advanced
essentially,
that part of society.
nope. What they have to do is they have to
Okay.
heat the water by bucket and take it up to your
Or
bin.
magic?
Mhm.
Yeah, or magic.
And then
which,
there's also those little elves that are in the walls that are like moving everything around.
Right.
How it works.
yeah.
You're just spitting the water out.
No, they literally start a fire in
The pet salamander
like right
guys?
underneath the bath.
Right? Yeah. No, it's no, they have to heat it up other ways. But anyway.
Got it.
Yep. So one by one, each of your baths are drawn, and you are summoned up to your room to take advantage of that. Sammy
They
eventually.
fall asleep immediately after.
Somebody does knock on your door. Housekeeping?
I'd probably come to the door and just crack it open and look to see who's there.
And you see
Right.
about 3 women with large, steamy pails. Would you, the rest of your companions, ordered hot baths? Would you like one as well?
I imagine Herc's door is open and he says, "Sammy, if you want some incense, it really ups the game with these baths. I can lend you some if you'd like."
It's not any extra charge. It comes with the room.
Herc, that's perfectly fine. You can just keep that incense to yourself then. And I will probably stand behind the door and permit them entrance.
They come in and they fill up your wash basin, and at the very end, they bring up like a cauldron that also has a few extremely hot rocks in there. Mind your tush when you get in.
Certainly. Thank you very much. And probably give them each a silver.
Okay, so subtract 3 additional silver from your log.
Yep. now.
Alrighty.
3 falcons coming off.
With that understanding, is there anything anybody's going to do before they go to sleep for a long rest? Or are you all just going to... do you intend to sleep till morning? Are you going to sleep until nighttime? Or just take the 8 hours and wake up in the middle of the night? How do you intend? I know Sammy's answer.
I think that Arsis actually couldn't force herself to sleep past her her normal 6 to 8 hours, so
Okay.
she'd be up in the middle of the night. Yeah, if she fell asleep now after the nice warm bath and the food.
I think Herc's gonna try to stay up until nighttime to try to reset his schedule.
Okay. You can do so. You're not going to stay up as long as you want. You might be nodding off here and there, but... if
You just hear him, sometimes you just hear muttering, like loud muttering behind the door. Anybody's close enough, and then sometimes he's singing and like just the splash of water at times.
Still in the bath for 7 hours.
The pruniest half-orc you have ever seen.
He also
He's really doing the heart song.
during that time
there,
he'd probably try to wash his shirt under his chainmail as best he can.
Okay.
Probably got the most blood on it, and then bring that over to Rin.
Rin,
Yeah,
would you be
I
sleeping by
think
this
Rin
point,
would
or would you
actually-
stay awake?
Yeah, I thought initially that Rin would probably go straight to sleep because it's been a rough day. But I think that she might stay up a little bit, a little energized from all the happenings, and try and like pluck around on her lute a little bit. Think of trying to write a new song.
Okay.
So she might be up when Herc comes to pass off his shirt.
Herc taking the washboard that is standard in every room and kind of using some of your bath water to kind of scrub at. Like, you've washed your body, but now let's get the majority of the dirt off with this shirt, and you're scrubbing it on the board, and eventually kind of shake it out in the window to wring it out and get as much of it out of the water as you can. Find your way over at Rin's room.
I do my hair. I do up my hair, tie it up, make sure it's dried before I go over.
Okay.
But I'm still shirtless, and
he's
No, because the shirt's
extremely
in your hand. Of course you're shirtless.
yeah.
extremely
I
muscular.
don't
You
have
wearing your
spare for it.
chainmail without a shirt, I guess, but
No.
Real quick, inappropriate question, but I'm sure you've thought about it. What color are orc nipples?
What color
Are they
are
pierced?
you?
they're
Are
kind
your
of like
nipples
a
pierced?
purplish. Because I so I
Are
don't
they
think
like
I ever
a-
describe this, but Herc is a gray shade of orc. I think last time we mentioned he was green, but he's
So
actually
like a
gray,
vibrant,
that's
a vibrant pink.
Or a dark,
more like a
dusky
dark
purple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I think like a purplish blackish sort of tone would make sense.
Okay. Got it. Perfect. All right. So that is what you see.
They are. Yeah.
They pierced?
Um,
Are they pierced? Tell me they're pierced, Herc.
no.
Wait, only one
It's all
though.
natural.
Unnatural. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe with
Left is
bear
right,
tooth.
right is gay.
Yeah. Okay. Are we doing the scene? I guess.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna-
mean-
Sure.
If you
No,
wanted
not
to,
just
you can
imagine
just drop it off
topless
if you
now.
want to.
Miss Rin.
Rin opens her door and is a little surprised to see Herc.
He's kind of just he's standing like sideways to the door and like kind of like moves with it.
Now, I've done the best I can with it. It's a little pink still in some places, but do you think this is salvageable for what you can do?
And like it takes her a second to like take her eyes off of him and actually look at the shirt. And when she like is like,
There's a lot of aromas also like hitting you from the incense and different soaps that he
Mel, it's
uses.
just like it's a whole thing for her right now. Overwhelming. But she takes the shirt from him and starts like looking at it.
I think I can fix this, no problem. It just looks like there's a couple bite marks or claw marks.
A bit of both, if I can remember correctly.
You did take quite a lot of damage. Yeah, I'm happy to fix this for you. In fact, and she like kind of tries to remember the spell, and then casts mending. I don't think I have to do anything for it. No, she
Nope.
just has to touch it, and magically repairs it.
Nice. Yeah,
Well, just like that.
easy peasy.
I tried to get you to
Just
as
like
fast as I
that.
could, because I thought it'd be a timely process, but that's good to know.
Once upon a time, it might have been, but I seem to have learned some new skills recently. So here you are.
Well, and is that your loot over there?
Oh, yes, I mostly just sit around and futz with it.
Really?
Do you play?
Not the loot. I've got the lungs for a sturdy horn. But, well, maybe we
I am not
could form a little
surprised.
band. Yeah.
You know, I've been in a band before. It didn't go very well last time, but
I hear that all the time. It's hard to find the right people.
it always is. But maybe you could be right people.
Maybe I don't know. Be an odd turn. Yes. What do you play? Any songs that? Any originals or things that you and your
I
band
mean-
came up with that you're proud of?
I only have fragments. All of the majority of it was written by my my former bandmate. So,
Ah,
but I
you're
have some
the-
lines. I was mostly just a glorified roadie, to be honest.
oh. Well, maybe that's how you get your start. You know, tag along, learn
Maybe.
from the greats, and forge your own path in your own time.
Or maybe you find that running someone else's finances is the better choice.
I suppose that's a shrewd way to go about it, but if it's something that you enjoy, I can't imagine
It
it'd be
is.
worth giving up. The finances or the music?
Could be both. We'll see.
Suspicious. Suspicious. I bet it's the music. Well, I should thank you for the shirt. I guess I'll have to dust off the horn. I don't know if I have one with
I
me.
suppose you should.
Or maybe I can go into town and spring some cash on one. Would you like to join me? I was going to see if Sammy wanted to show me his favorite spot, wherever that clothier was.
Are you trying to stay up till night?
Yes, I think that's important. Our employer wants us to leave at first light. Can't imagine staying up all night. Then all the next day.
Then sure. I'm not doing anything else.
Very well then. Sammy!
You hear through the wood walls just like this dull, muffled Sammy shouting in, and if you're awake, you definitely hear it. In fact, like, if anybody was trying to sleep and you were just on the brink of it, it might have, like, roused you just enough to hear her just shouting.
I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to crack open the door and look to see what's going on.
You see Herc about to knock on the wrong door as he's like tugging his shirt on and like,
Ah! There you are. Well,
You only see like the right side of my face as I'm hiding behind the door.
am I interrupting something?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Look, I was thinking. Oh, I am interrupting. What are you? You're still.
I was just trying to get some sleep. What can I help you with?
If you sleep now, you're going to be up all night. Do you really want that? Look, I was thinking you could take Rin and I out to the town. You got sort of a lay of the land. We're gonna spring some of the money that we just came into. I thought a big spender like yourself could show us the right places.
You know, any other time I'd be on board with this, but honestly, the last 24 hours have been kind of exhausting. So, is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
New digs. I want a cloak like you got, and
Well,
maybe we can spring for some antifungal weapons or something.
well, the antifungal weapons I don't think I can help you with because, so the honest truth, before the events of earlier today, I couldn't think of looking for a place like that. But, and I will very carefully give him the location of Clothier that I went to.
Timmins Fine Goods.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I will give him Timmins' location and explain it very carefully because I don't want him to come back and bug me.
Well,
Rin pops up from behind Herc.
I got it.
Oh,
oh, I thought you were going to come with us.
no, I've got a little bit of a. I need to catch up on some rest, and I just gotta. I need some time, so I'm sure the two of you will
I get
have.
it. Too cool for us. Goes off on his own, gets cool new clothes to show off at breakfast.
Well, it really wasn't to show off, but we're not going to get into that one. So
I'm joking with you.
are you?
All
Are
right.
you now? Well, but best of luck and send Timmons my regards. It's a fine man when it comes to the cloth.
Do you think he'd give us a discount? Are you and he friends?
Well, you can certainly try, but I think the fella is used to dealing with a certain type of higher end clientele, and therefore is not
Ooh.
keen on discounts.
You think maybe I could get a sponsorship? I am the hulking hunk after all. Good suggestion, Sammy. You've done well. Rest
Yeah.
easy, my friend. I will see you in the morning.
Yeah. And I look at him and I kind of slowly close the door. And then there's the gentle lock.
Worried about him.
Riker, what are you doing during this time?
So I imagine Riker, he's going to kind of work on the machine he was working on, and he kind of has an epiphany. He's like, right, I should probably do that. Is there a place to send letters in this town? Or have we come across something like that?
You haven't come across something like that already, since you've been here, but you would know that there's always typically a courier. A lot of times, mail travels through trading companies. This particular small village doesn't have a trading outpost. It's more like a way station, so typically you might be able to go to, I don't know, maybe the barracks and see if the guard can have it dropped off via patrol, something along those lines.
Gotcha. I imagine like Riker's like working, and he kind of hears from the wall, "Sammy," and he's like, "Wait, that reminds me, I have to do something." And he goes to like forge a letter to Mortimer, kind of talking about all that he has seen so far.
Okay.
And he's like, "Nope." And he like crumbles up the paper, throws it on the ground, and then after like 4 or 5 of those, he writes up one that he's trying not to sound too panicky, but there's definite panic in his handwriting. And he's just like, "Good enough," and he'll try to go see if he can get someone to deliver it.
Okay. Stepping out into the hallway, you do see Herc and Rin probably getting on their way to leave as well. So you both would see him leave his room.
Sure.
Yeah.
We were about to go into town. Do you want to come with us?
Sure. Where you guys going?
We're going shopping.
Shopping
Clothes.
for what?
You can find a new mask.
Oh no, the mask is actually specifically for me. I think he takes it off and like kind of like holds it the inside to you. You can see a bunch of like wires and like magical components in it. I actually made this. Does a bunch of like magical stuff.
From
It's
scratch.
hard to replicate on a new one.
One of a kind.
That's fascinating. How much work did it take you to build that?
I would say the amount of time I put in this 128 hours, give or take 3.
Wow.
That's
Well,
like
even if you don't want a new mask, do you want to come with us anyway?
Sure, I can go with.
that's the spirit.
Alrighty, where do you head to first?
But what about Arsis? Which room is hers, do you think? Can hear Thad's.
I'm not sure. Should we bother her?
I mean, it would be polite if you've asked everyone else.
That's what I was thinking.
suppose that's
That's
true.
what I was thinking. Sammy's too cool. Arsis?
Just shouts into the abyss.
I was about to say, John, does Riker recall which room belongs to Arsis?
Yeah, process of elimination. There's like 6 rooms on this particular hall, and then it kind of loops around where there's no rooms, and then there's 6 more rooms on the other side. And you're all kind of stationed next to each other. So it's process of elimination. You would find it relatively quickly.
Yeah, just as Riker's about to go knock, you just hear an Arsis.
I mean, I don't know if it was loud enough to wake me up. That's what I'm kind of waiting for, to see if it was or not.
What's your passive perception? You're pretty high, right? Are you
16?
16?
Yeah.
I'd say you're probably light enough of a sleeper that you'd be able to hear that.
So you'll hear some rummaging, some loud banging, probably a curse word, and then I'll have my scimitar out, and I'll open the door and go, "What's the emergency?"
Riker still has his like hand up about to knock. Not an emergency. I guess we're going shopping. Did you want to come?
Shopping?
Yeah.
I did all my shopping in Suzelle.
Oh.
But you have. Did you get more money? We could stop by the sergeants and get our pay and maybe get some flashy new clothes.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were supposed to get paid for helping out with
A
that.
day's wage.
A day's
Oh,
wage.
yeah.
Yeah, don't spend it all in one place.
Oh, okay. It'll be like 5 minutes. I'll get my clothes back on and guys, I'm stacked downstairs.
Didn't mean to interrupt anything if you're busy. Do you sit how you train with
I
your
was-
scimitar without...
Hark, I was sleeping. You shouted,
Interesting.
and I thought there was danger.
No, it's very safe in the middle of the day in a well-protected town.
I
That's good to
think
know.
what Mr. Herc is trying to say is sorry for waking you, and we'll be downstairs waiting.
All right, I'll be right down. So, get dressed. Practical clothes, not my armor though, because it's well-protected town. But
Alright.
I'll still
I'll have
keep
another ale
my
while we
weapon
wait.
on me. Yeah, it
Yeah.
won't take me long. I'm
Yeah.
not one of them girls.
Yeah, definitely not gonna. About the time that you get your ale, Arceus comes
apologize,
walking
it's
down
a
the
short
stairs.
sword, not a scimitar.
Oh, that changes everything. Riker, what would you do?
know, right?
Just kidding.
Gonna attack me now. Yeah, I'll still have my swords on me on either side of my hips, and I'll have my belt, but I'll be wearing rather regular clothes instead of armor. So
Are you
Actually, no,
Are you
'cause it was supposed
peacebound
to-
now that you have your writ that says you're allowed
I
to
just
unbind?
remembered that, so my swords will stay in my room. I'll just go armless. Yeah, I don't like it, but I'll be helpless.
I mean, you have a writ that says that you are permissible to not be bound for the day, but
Right. It's
yeah.
getting towards the evening. It's fine. I can leave behind.
alrighty.
No, I will join them.
Herc, what do you do with your ale? Do you slam it? Do you
I just
attempt
down
to
it
take
if
You
she-
just
yeah, if
down
she
it,
comes down
put it
too
back
soon.
down. Got it. Deduct 5 copper from your.
All right. Exhausted.
Riker like sees Herc get the out, and he turns to Arceus and says, "Oh, Mr. Herc just got his drink. Oh, never mind, we're good."
Oh, all right.
All right, and you head
So
out.
You guys are awful chipper.
Um,
Is this everybody, or are we waiting on Sammy?
I had a wonderful...
Sammy didn't feel like coming.
So
Oh,
you step out into the sun.
he's kind of a.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I was
Or
like, he's kind of an interesting guy.
I agree.
I think he
Go
feels a
ahead.
bit too cool with his new digs at, coming out with riffraff like us on the town. Only teasing him, of course. Ooh, I'll have to one-up him when I get to this, Timmins.
All right.
The description that Sammy gave you would let you know that Timmins is actually relatively close. It's on basically like kind of a catty corner, just on the other side of the streets, down a few. Sammy, you're looking at me like
Caddy corner? What the hell does that mean?
Catty corner.
No, catty
Yeah,
corner.
it's a corner for caddies.
Hold on.
Yes, it's
Does
diagonal.
No,
nobody?
it's diagonal.
Okay.
Yes, it's kitty corner, catty corner,
You're not in
diagonal.
St. John. It is actually a turn of phrase.
All
I
right.
learned
Normal.
something new today. I learned something new. I was just gonna pretend
Yeah,
that
I
I knew
was
what
like-
it was and just it's a corner of some kind.
Caddy.
And,
Caddy corner.
Corner, a position that is diagonally opposite someone or something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, shit, I've never heard it called. I've heard it called kitty corner.
I've always
Uh,
described it
It's
as being in a
incorrect.
position
Regional
that's diagonally
thing.
opposite to someone or
Yeah.
something else.
somebody.
I've always called it kitty corner, but I've heard catty
sorry to
corner.
derail the game right there.
So it's like pawns that are attacking each other.
Yeah.
Yes, Joseph.
So,
You fucking chess nerd, Jesus Christ.
anyways,
Tell us how
This
you
is
really
how we
feel,
learn.
Maria.
We build connections with the things that are close to us.
3
you signed up
establishments
for.
down, closer towards the keep, you see an elegant white building, large window fronts, drapes opened up, being able to see the mannequins elegantly dressed. Inside, you can see from the windows large chandeliers hanging down. It's a very, very fancy establishment. And inside, you can already see a tall elf helping another customer.
Oh dear. Oh,
Do you
Kirk
go into-
pauses outside when he sees it's an elf. All right, all right.
Okay.
Did you want to go inside, Mr. Herc?
Are you okay, Herc?
Oh. Yes. Did you have any other business that you needed to attend to, Arsis? Perhaps Rin, you needed
Y'all,
to...
y'all woke me up. I just.
I'm
Let's
just
go
coming
and check
with.
it out. Check it out.
I mean, are you sure? I know you wanted to get a
Yes,
fancy
looks like
cloak.
a well-to-do place.
You've been talking about getting a shirt from here for like minutes.
Very fancy place. I hope we have the coin for it.
I mean,
All
Mr.
right, well,
Sammy
we
seemed to
won't
have
know
the
until we
coin
go
for it.
inside.
Yep. After you.
Rin like had
I'll go
Herc on the
inside.
shoulder.
Yeah,
like,
I'll
"Is he
also go
okay?"
inside.
Yeah. Ren
Alrighty.
kind of like touches his back and leads him inside, like, we're doing it.
All right, the four of you enter Timmins Fine Goods, and immediately you are surrounded by racks with all the finest clothes. There are satchels hanging up on the walls, hats, sashes, jewelry up near the counter, a very ornate dagger with a serpent coiled around for the hilt. And tall, elven, kind of fairer skin back up towards the back of the establishment, clearly writing in the ledger from the sale that had just been made from the person that was walking out. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
I mean, I know Herc was looking for a cloak similar to what Sammy got, so I guess he would try to look for something like that
Yeah.
to like direct Herc to.
Herc's still looking at the elf and waiting for him to notice them.
I'd be looking for Carhartts. Your fantasy version of Carhartt.
Okay. So, right now, with the four of you in here, Rin's got the highest passive perception, right? Is that what I remember? You had a 17 or something like that? And then...
Yeah. I've got a 19.
19, that's right. And then Arsa is shortly behind. You can see with the four of you in there, and none of you particularly well dressed, that at this point, the elf behind the counter isn't necessarily paying attention like they're going to be coming out and assisting you with anything, but you
They're
can
just making
see
sure we're not stealing
like
anything.
glances peeking up, watching your whereabouts throughout the building.
As soon as he glances up to me, I'll go. Good afternoon.
Well, yes.
Beautiful day. Under the son of Lathander.
Indeed. How can I help
One of
you?
our... Yes. One of our associates came by earlier. Bit of a funny, stylish fellow, though. A great eye for style, I must say. He recommended your services. Named by Sammy.
And you
he
see
came
him
back
kind of
with a very
recalling in his
fascinating-
mind. I believe I sold him a brooch, birds, maybe doves, and a cloak.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember him. So he sent you my way then, did he?
Yes.
What in particular are you looking for?
Well, I'd like a spare shirt. I've recently taken up the life of adventuring, and I find that having a spare clothes is probably a good idea. especially as this shirt, fixed though it is, as you see before you now, was recently torn up by a bear that I slew this morning.
Well then, would this new shirt that you're looking for be something more functional or for fashionable purposes? Are you going to be slaying bears on the regular?
Perhaps. They know me in Suzale as Hook, the hulking hunk, or the half-orc hurricane. Don't know if you've heard tell of me way out here in the Waymoot, but I had a good arrangement with the proprietor there, Milo Dudley. And I was able to get some discount on goods in the surrounding area based on my personage, and if I continue with feats like this, might be a good investment in times to come.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it together. I think that exact speech we've heard a few times now, and it gets me every single time. Okay. Fuck!
To be fair, I wasn't listening.
No, it's okay. It's just the hulking half-orc hurricane, Milo Dudley, and the proprietor of the Dragon's Jaws. Anyways,
It's beautiful.
it is. I can't say that I've heard of you, but I could see how you would have gotten the name. Let's find you something.
Perhaps that's where we can find our guidance. Something befitting of the name.
Maybe
It's a
something
Sunday
just
legend.
fits you.
Let's see what we have in stock here.
Good point.
And he looks you over. Something maybe of contrast. How about... yes. This Sunweaver. And it's this elegant silken shirt made from like bright gold fabric with like silver embroidery going around the edges, and like you can tell as he holds it up, and you can see the light coming through or reflecting off the chandelier, and as he's kind of moving it around, you can see the light is also kind of flashing off that, giving it like an elegant glow. It's not a magic shirt, but it's something that kind of it's a very handsome shirt.
Kirk, you know that the first time you walk through some underbrush, that thing would be shredded to nobodies.
Yes, but it could fit a particular occasion. Don't you think? Perhaps I could get this. Yes?
No occasion in Monroe that would require a shirt like that.
Well, I don't suspect that my travels will take me to Monroe alone. But maybe.
No, you're coming with us. You're not gonna be
Right,
alone.
but then what? Do we form? I'll leave my ambitions to share with you another time, but I'm already thinking about the next thing.
Herc, it's so beautiful.
It is.
If I could have ever afforded a shirt like that as a girl, I would have had it in a moment.
And might I add
Hopefully
that
we
this
can afford
also
it now.
has a bit of just the natural qualities of silk, giving it a heat reduction properties. Keep you cool.
So it does have function as well. I could see myself working out in this, and knowing that it wouldn't get too warm and keep me cool. Those are points in its favor for sure. All right.
I guarantee my stitching, so if there's ever any natural wear and tear from the seams coming undone, you can guarantee bring it back by me and I will repair it.
Very well. Well, as long as I have Rin around, not too much to worry there.
Are you a seamstress yourself? Looking over at Ren.
In a manner of speaking, I'm good with my hands. Good with a little magic, too.
Indeed. Is there anything else that you're looking for? What about the others? Looking at the three of you, I have all manners of goods. Cloaks, sashes, brooches, earrings. Looking over at the ladies. Is there anything that I can help you with?
I just came along for the ride, sir. I'm not really interested in the kind of stuff that you sell.
I didn't
Help
intend
me
to
out.
buy anything, but could you tell me more about this dagger you have here? And she points at the serpent dagger that you mentioned, like when we walked in.
Oh shit! Let me find that.
Good memory.
It's a plot point. It's been mentioned at least twice.
Is it a plot point?
I don't know. He also offered it to Sammy, so.
Yeah.
That repetition,
Oh, well,
baby.
you know, Chekhov's gun. It has to come up again at some point.
Yeah, 3 times. That's
Yeah.
the rule, right?
We
Look-
walk in the morning, and then it actually comes into play.
Hold
And it's
on,
in one of our
checking.
backs.
Private. Okay. It's 8 o'clock, so we're at our halfway point. I've got to go pee.
I got a potty.
Can we take a quick fiver?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Please.
Costco run, and apparently is being paid by Costco for advertising purposes.
I
My
did, yeah, I
house
did
is
go on
Wait,
Costco.
wait.
Living
But
it up.
Joseph, what is your code for 10% off?
Yeah,
Uh,
quick. I
Hurricane
just went back
2000.
to our
Hurricane Hurk.
Hurricane.
code Hurricane Herc for 10% off your entire Costco order. If I get a fucking
that's not
claim on
recorded.
my,
Use
no,
that.
it is. If I get a claim on my, alrighty. Resuming in Timon's Fine Goods, as Rin asks about this serpent dagger.
Tell me.
As you can see on this singular pedestal underneath of a glass case, you see this dagger as the hilt kind of coils around in the shape of a serpent with its fangs protruding. You can also see that there are several very large gems inside of the crossguard. There's a large glittering ruby, and the eyes of the coiled serpent are diamond. The blade is long and slender with intricate etchings. This is... You can tell, just by looking at it, that even if you combined all the money that you have between all of you in this room, there's no shot in shit that you would be able to purchase something like this. And Timon is not shy to point that out. He walks over to the glass case and he places his hand right on like the corner. Ah, yes. Probably the finest piece that we have here. More of display, really. Never really found anybody that has the pocket deep enough to purchase this. I found this. It's quite the piece.
But what does it do?
Well, you see, it's a magical dagger. These, looking at the fangs, if you were to strike someone, and you were to make contact, of course, the serpent uncoils and sinks its fangs into the victim, dealing additional poison. It's not to be used lightly. If you're using this, it's probably for the intent to kill someone or something.
Yeah, poison.
Not something
Poison
you'd
is a pretty
slice a
good.
cake with or butter your bread.
Poison
That's
is a
for
pretty
sure.
horrible way to go out.
I can't say that I know.
You say you found this dagger? Insight.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Well, then again, I mean, it depends on the type of poison, because some are worse than others. It's a whole category in of itself.
Oh, actually, it would be at disadvantage too. So I doubt that that's.
Hopefully that's your low score.
Do you want another one? I don't think it matters. 17. Get a good roll out of the way for all of our other terrible rolls.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Looking on the bright
Hopefully
side.
once we sleep, we'll start rolling a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I used to be an adventurer myself. I relied more on my cunning and stealth. Ventured deep into the halls of Evening Star.
Wait, you used to be an adventurer, but you don't have much experience with people being poisoned?
Poison wasn't my shtick.
What
Wait,
was?
Hmm.
Well, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
And you're saying poison was it?
You're joking. You must have been a wizard or sorcerer of some kind.
I can
I get
neither
a read on, like-
confirm nor deny. In fact, I'm obligated to not tell you anything further under penalty of being locked away.
No kidding.
Fucking 007 over here.
There must be something you can tell us, the people that you used to travel with. Is Timon even your real name?
Perhaps. Yes, yes. Timon's my real name. I was an adventurer, not a very good one. And it was more like I found this on a dead corpse of someone down there. I never encountered anything deadly myself.
In the halls of Evening Star, you said?
Haunted, they say they are, although I didn't find anything while I was down there.
Shame.
Besides the dagger. The magic dagger of snake poison.
I meant phantoms or whites or ghasts or anything that goes bump in the night.
What was it in a locked chest, or was it in the chest of a person, or in the back of a friend, or?
It was
Surely there's more to the
simply in the belt of a dead adventurer.
Oh, goodness gracious me. You never had any offers on it. How much coin would you?
How do you know it even works?
That's a good question, Arsus. How
That
do you
is a
know
good
that
question.
the snake comes out and bites someone if you've never used it yourself?
He
You
lifts
must
the
have.
case. You don't have to use it on a person to find out that it works. And he goes over to his desk and he takes the dagger and he stabs into the wood, and as just a little bit of the edge pierces into it, the snake uncoils and comes from underneath, and its fangs stick into the desk, and you can see a very dark greenish liquid come pouring out from the sides, obviously not penetrating into the wood the way that it would flesh and meat and muscle, and it spills out. And
Kind of a long
These
shot
luscious
here.
parts.
With the poison, would I be able to recognize it's like? I'm trying to figure out how much poison damage it does. Can I recognize like the potency of the poison by chance? Like, would that be like an Arcana check, maybe?
I would say it would probably be something along the line. It would be a wisdom, like a survival or something like that.
I can do
I would even, probably a survival or,
Being that
I'll
Sasha
say-
did like
I'll say,
elixirs and potions, can I try too?
sure. For you, when you roll your survival, you can give it like your int bonus. So it'll be like an intelligence survival. Like you would have studied about these type of things, not necessarily the first-hand knowledge of the wisdom that like Arsus would.
Okay. So this will be a +2 because I only have a +1 to wisdom, but +3 to intelligence. So
Okay.
14 then.
Okay. Let me go back to the dagger. Arsus got a 18.
Trying to think of a reason that Rin would be able to roll too. Maybe
Maybe you heard a
something
song about
something
it.
to lock up. Hearing about mythical poison daggers in jail.
I don't think. I think the only time you would be able to You can give me a knowledge history check, but yours is going to be a super duper high DC.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just gonna get a nat 20 twice. No.
9.
Womp
Getting there. Oh, almost halfway there.
Okay.
I almost want to use my inspiration on it, but it's okay.
It's okay. We'll figure out what it is. I share it with you. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Xerxes is a homie.
So, this particular poison, rather venom, is called serpent's tongue. Specifically, that it looks to be of the same type of consistency of what you would see from like a snake bite's venom. And you would know that just from looking at the design on the snake itself, and I'm going to say both of you can get this information because you had a 14 and she had an 18. Looking at the design of the snake, you would know that this particular venom probably does 2d6 worth of damage.
Yeah, I imagine like Riker just got like a small like sample of it off the desk. He's like, "Oh yeah, that is relatively potent."
Serpent tongue. You don't want to fight with one of them.
I've actually seen someone. I've actually seen someone die to poison to venom like this. Yeah, not a good way to go.
You saw it happen, or you?
Oh no. It was after the fact. I didn't see it happen on the spot.
And then he places the glass case back on top of the pedestal, but leaves the dagger out. Sharpen it again.
Hurt could I asked how much. I don't know why you'd want them nearly as wicked as that, but
Sorry, you want to know? Make an offer.
I'm just curious how much you
I'm
charge
curious
to
to know how much you think it's worth.
Oh.
I guess to the people who are very shady, it's probably worth quite a bit. But for me, not very much.
1,000 lions.
Cold.
Lions are gold.
I said cold.
Oh,
Like
okay.
hot or cold.
Oh.
10,000 lions?
2,500 pieces.
2,500.
That's the going rate, although I could be convinced to sell it for less, maybe if there was a trade or
That's
I don't know,
because you ain't gonna
certain
get nobody
services
in this
were
town
rendered.
with that much money.
Again, I said that I was only ever keeping it mainly as a reminder or a keepsake. I have no interest or need in the coin. My real passion is the fashion that you see here.
I like that. I love it.
Hey, that is the title of this episode, just so you know.
And
Passion
I
of the
feel
fashion.
like you've granted us a special treat for not only recommending me the amazing shirt, but for giving us a demonstration of a fine weapon. Now, someone as astute as yourself, would you perhaps be able to recommend to us, not that we're done with our business here today, but in our fight earlier today, and you do have a bit of some news to share that hasn't hit the whole town yet, if you'd be interested. For a trade?
A trade of information for
I love the shirt, but my eyes...
Kirk? I don't think that's a good idea.
Purple instead of gold?
I mean, that's a fine idea, but your information, that makes me a little worried.
What about the fungus?
No, I don't think we have the right to be telling people because we don't want to start a panic.
I don't think he's gonna. You think he's going to panic? You think he's going to tell? You're not
I
gonna
don't know
tell
this
everybody
man.
who walks.
You don't know this man.
Oh, we've gotten someone.
We should
Alright.
we should wait for the authorities to make an official statement.
I'm going to agree with Arceus here. Herc, I don't think we've got much information to share right now.
Never mind about the offer. It's off the table. We'll just have to trade in a normal way. But if you could get this shirt in purple instead of gold, if you see my eyes, I think it would really bring out. It's a nice shade.
I have a lunar satin blouse. Could work. It's a little more fanciful, although it does still have the give that you would require for being everyday wear. It's not stuffy that you would have to wear to only elegant affairs.
Something I could put over my chainmail, perhaps. It's like a tabard. Ooh, something like that. Now that I'd be most interested in.
Let's see. Yes, and he goes, and as he's rifling through, he finds you something a little more to your liking. Something that just kind of goes up and over, allows you to be able to attach it at the sides to make sure that it doesn't billow too far to either side, kind of cinches at the waist. But he finds a purple to your liking.
Done.
I am quite interested in this. Is there something that I should be concerned with? Is there
We don't have enough information.
a
Herc got ahead of
vigilante on
himself.
the loose?
No, sir.
Is there? Well, as long
Not
as
that
he's
we're aware.
doing it in the name of justice, I can't say I'd have any qualms with someone like that.
You hear him mumble under his breath. Maybe I should up the protection for tonight. Okay, well, that'll be
You're in
4
no
gold
danger
pieces.
of anything anytime soon. I'll share that. It's more of an environmental. Now, something out in the
Herc,
woods.
I think
Is
you
that,
should give,
is that too
give the
much?
poor man his money and let's go. It's been a long day.
There's no need to panic. How much for the tabard? And if you can point us to the nearest weapon shop. Maybe even something with more pieces like that, if not so fancy. Make it more functional.
You probably won't find a full-blown weapon shop here. In fact, I can tell you that you won't. They don't... An establishment that would sell strictly weapons is typically restricted to larger cities. It's where they have the permits, in order for the Crown to keep tabs. And he pulls out a special registration, like a license of ownership, like a title, if you will, for this particular dagger. He had to have it registered.
Does it have a name on it?
Give me a perception check.
All right, John, you could just say you can't see it, but I'll try. Maybe I'll get.
DM, you
A
can
lucky
certainly
one.
try.
Those are really good.
Hey, okay.
Hey!
There you go. Not a 0
This time.
this time.
Yeah, I've been lucky on those lately.
I keep.
The other one says,
This one is named Ophidion's Kiss.
Ophidian. Beautiful. All right, well.
Ah, I see. Well, thank you for the information. And how much for the tabard? Oh, what about instruments, musical instruments? My friend Rin here is a songstress, up-and-coming songstress herself. I see that look. Don't sell yourself short.
I have all the instruments I need. I think Herc may have been looking for perhaps some kind of a horn.
Yes, I suppose that's true. I feel like all the shopping we're doing is for me. I'm sure
don't
there'll be
have
something that'll
anything-
catch your eye.
Anything new. I don't craft those sort of things. Anything that I have would be deeply secondhand, mainly
Sure,
just for
I meant,
decoration.
is there a place that you can recommend, perhaps?
Unfortunately, not here in town.
Hmm.
Sorry, we are simple people outside of myself. I cater mostly to... Well, my name actually carries far and wide, similar to you, Herc.
Someday I hope.
People typically travel here. I come here for the low property taxes and to escape the hustle and bustle of the city. No, unfortunately, there isn't a place here that you would be able to buy a musical instrument.
Darn.
Sorry.
Well, you've been a great help.
Well,
I'll take,
if there's anything else that I can do, if you need a pair of boots or slippers or comfortable pajamas for the night, I can assist you with any of those things. A traveling
What
cloak.
about a heroic mask? Not quite like my friends here, and not quite like... Well, not one for evildoers in the night. Something a bit... nice, but not too roguish, I suppose.
I'm afraid the only masks that I have are meant for more...
Or like a
Uh,
silken scarf or something I can tie around.
I do have silken scarves. What color are you looking for?
Green.
And he pulls out a green scarf, and it'll
Perfect.
be another 5 gold pieces, please.
Very well. So 10 gold in total for everything, or
11 gold in total.
11 gold. Okay.
Yep.
Wait, what color was your shirt?
His
Purple.
tabard
Purple
is now purple. Yeah.
Purple and green.
Well, I would
He's-
imagine
he's a
the
colorful
tabard is
boy.
like purple and silver, and then the
God, if it was reversed, it would be a Ninja Turtle. I'm just saying.
I know. Right now,
I
I'm
can
picturing
always-
Barney.
Either way,
all right.
there's nothing else that either of you would like in, or any of you would like in there.
Yeah, no.
Not in this shop, no.
Okay.
Not that
Mentioned some
style.
Carhartt, but do they have like some fashionable women's pants?
Uh,
I'd imagine so.
Just
Yeah.
while we're here,
yeah. What do you have in mind?
because I've heard that that's a new fashion for young women in
Yeah.
Cormyr.
Mm-hmm.
Pants,
Yeah.
fashionable pants.
What sort of are you looking for? Like a leather? Are you looking for Gosh, let me pull up my
A leather or a corduroy, a nice thick wool, perhaps. A trouser.
Okay.
That's not a
Short shorts?
material, but
Short shorts?
Shorty shorts.
She looking for
I
them
imagine
booty
ours is
shorts?
probably for traveling is wearing men's trousers.
Let me see. Yeah, he can find something. Are you looking for something a little more form-fitting or loose, or
well, I've been wearing dresses most of my life, so a looser would be nice, but not so much that I'm going to snag as we're walking around the woods. I've been in the city for so long that, forests don't work as well for hems.
the newest fashion has tall leather boots that go over top of the pants. I feel if you were to go with something a little looser, They would potentially bunch up inside of your boots. What kind of boots are you wearing?
She looks like just like a mid-calf kind of lace-up boot.
Okay. Not a whole lot of room to be. I can find you something. And he kind of walks around and pairs up a couple options to you, and takes some measurements, and then pulls out. They're kind of.
Are the culottes?
Are they what? What's a kulov?
Culottes.
Culottes? What's
They're-
a culotte?
They're
They're pants.
How do you spell that?
Yeah.
You-
Culotts. Culottes.
No, see what
Why are
what
there no
Rin needs
gifts of
is
culottes?
I think Rin needs some parachute pants.
Oh,
They're almost the same thing, actually.
Oh, seriously?
Culottes are a little intense. I was thinking more just a straight leg trouser, but
yeah.
Oh, I do have a horn.
A what?
I have a horn.
He's horny.
Jesus.
Yeah.
For all of those men who don't know what culottes are.
Yeah, I had to look it up. I can now I'm gonna be getting ads and everything that I do for women's trousers,
You
for women's
sure
pants. Yeah, he finds something that
That's
that
what
works
they'll
out well for you.
Yeah.
It's relatively cheap. The materials relatively inexpensive.
Commodities.
Some of the more finer things are, going to be the silks and satins. But these particular pants, it's only going to run you about 2 gold pieces for.
Hell yeah.
Just got the men's version of these for the beach.
Nice.
Nice. Summer of linen, baby.
I assume they're
Yeah.
linen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always linen.
She'll
Alright.
pay 2 gold.
If you don't mind,
The problem with culottes on me is that they're regular pants.
Oh.
Because I'm so short.
Short, yeah. If you don't mind, I need to
Okay.
tend to this dagger. I probably should have picked something a little softer to where I didn't dull the blade. And it is getting a little bit later. I'll probably close up shop after you leave. So if
Very
you need
well.
anything else, I'll be available tomorrow, bright and early. But if not, it was a pleasure doing business, and make sure you tell your friend Sammy that I appreciate his additional business.
Of course. And we will do our part in spreading the name of your business, and perhaps you'll hear of us again someday.
I'm sure I will. Take care. And as he ushers you outside and shuts the door, you hear it lock and see the sign flip around, stating that they are now closed for business for the day.
So you don't think we overstate our welcome? You seem
No, I
to
mean we.
enjoy our company.
I think
Even
gave
if we
him
did,
business.
we're patrons. I agree with you, Riker.
Do you think he does that trick for everyone? That whole dagger thing and
I think he does.
Hard to say.
guess
I
we'll
don't
have to
think
ask
everyone
Sam.
asks like we do.
Yeah. Well, where to next? Any of you have any other business? It sounds like this is the fanciest, well-to-do place in town.
Oh, I just need to go drop off a letter, but that's all I need to do.
All right, let's do
Would you
it.
like company?
I guess if you're offering, sure.
We'll escort you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alrighty, literally right across the street is the keep, where you see
Oh,
the
He's
guard
like, oh yeah,
stationed
you guys
outside.
can escort me, and then we just walk across the street.
Turn
Oh,
around,
looks like we're here.
keep.
Well, we certainly got a tour of the local color.
And as you're walking up, you can see Sergeant Darren Steelheart talking to some of the other guards, and as you walk underneath of the portcullis in his general direction, he sees you and makes eye contact and walks over in your direction. Looks like you ran into some trouble out there.
Yes, indeed. Or perhaps that trouble ran into us.
I'm gonna send some men out there to take a look at the damage. I appreciate you being there for my men. I
guess
think
I hope you told them to
make sure
keep
you
their
send out
distance.
plenty of men, just in case.
I didn't, but if you suggest it, I probably will. If you're
Probably
wondering,
a good idea.
Just in case.
Calith's, I think, is going to be fine. We've got our healers
That's
looking
good.
after him. He's on the up. He's definitely stable. Won't be at the guard tower for a few days, but other than that, he's all right.
Charles was able to tell you what he saw.
Indeed. I don't know where it came from. Haven't really seen anything like this around here.
Do you think you could do maybe a controlled burn of the area? Is that a possibility?
It was on my mind. I was going to send a letter to Suzelle, to the crown. Not to the queen or nothing, but see if they could send a war wizard. I don't know if we'll go burning, but maybe they know something that they could do to get rid of it. Also gonna consult some druids.
Just so you know, the longer you take, the more it's gonna spread.
I'll keep an eye on it as much as I can. I appreciate your concern. Give me a moment. And he walks away from you to go inside of the barracks and comes back. I told you I'd only give you a day's wages. But if you hadn't been there, I'd be out 2 guards for the foreseeable future. So instead of only getting 2 gold apiece, you're all gonna get 10.
Oh.
It's generous of you.
Tell the other one that was with you, stop by tomorrow and I'll make sure he gets his gold.
Oh, sir, by the way, I have a letter I need delivered to Suzelle. Do you have anyone going there anytime soon?
Tonight, actually, since we've got Charles writing up what he saw, filling out an incident report, and then I was going to bundle that up with my personal plea to the crown to send someone out here. I can send something if you need it. Who's it going to?
I assume I have like the address on there somewhere.
Okay, yeah, that'll be fine.
He just says it'll be addressed to a gentleman named Mortimer once you're there.
All right, I'll send my fastest horse. If they have anything they want to send in return, where can they find you?
I think we're going up to Monroe tomorrow, so probably there.
All right. If they have anything they need sent back, I'll make sure it gets to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Just a second. Okie dokie. Is there anything else that you needed?
glad to hear that the soldier's doing all right.
Is there
I'm glad
anything
you all are taking this seriously.
you wanted to add to the report? Anything that you maybe saw that they didn't?
I mean, does he have the report with him? Is there a chance we could look at it?
He doesn't know.
Okay.
Kalis or Charles is probably still in writing it at the time.
Okay.
It seems that people are getting. When you interact with the spores, it really messes with your aura, and the spores get inside you, and they start growing. It seems like that might be one way that it spreads, and it's actually probably a good idea if I check in on Caliph in the morning.
Oh, Miss Brightwing, you said you saw where he was like coming from?
I have an idea. Coming from south.
All right.
Is that the direction we came from Suzelle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems to be some sort of epicenter between us and Suzelle.
I'm gonna send some guards out before nightfall, see if they can't find out any more information. But also, might have to send for a healer. I'll talk to Koala, see if she knows anything, any remedies. You say it infects you.
Yes, there was a lumberjack who took us out to the spot earlier today, and when I gauged his aura, I could see this big well of the stuff in his core. It seems that it...
There any side effects or anything that I need to look out for? How can I tell that someone's infected?
Oh, I mean, with Mr. Stone, I was able to find, a little like lump in his throat. That's how I was able to tell.
What did it look like?
Mushrooms.
I describe what it looks like.
Alright.
evil tendrils that are wrapping around and coiling up inside and then coming out the throat.
Don't
Oh,
remind
and
me
I
of the
think,
good name.
Good.
I think session 1, you also told me the side effects, and so I'm gonna relay that information to him as well.
Yeah. And again, the side effects were only demonstrated in beasts at
Yeah.
a particular point in time. Alright. I'll keep an eye on this, and I don't think Philfar will be too happy about it all. It's been relatively quiet around here for a while.
Well, better that he knows than he doesn't.
Oh, absolutely. I can't keep it from him. I'm just saying. Don't like to have to deal with it. Kind of like only having to deal with petty crimes. Something that you can just toss in a jail and let him think on it for a few weeks. Let him back out. This seems a little bit more difficult to deal with, you know. Alright, well, I'm here if you need me, or I'm in the jail cell. You know, if you need anything else, don't forget to tell your friend. Come by if he wants his gold.
If you want us to take it to him, if you have it on hand.
I'd rather keep it myself. I'd like to make sure that a firm handoff.
I understand the principle of the thing, even though we are perfectly trustworthy.
Ah, that's what
It's fine.
every thief says.
We'll let him know to stop by.
Alright. Take care. Be safe. And don't go out into the woods.
That's our line.
Well, we have to now, but
Sure.
sure.
Absolutely, sir. We won't do that.
Right, be safe. And he turns
Oh,
back and starts
I
giving
did
orders.
leave my javelin out there. If any of your lads come across, it's a very fine piece. Some engraving on the tip and everything. It's worth 5 at least. If anybody sees it. I don't know if or when I'll be coming back this way, but you could hold it for me. Much appreciated. It was a gift.
Check back in the morning, or late tonight when sun's going down. We'll be
Hopefully
back.
they don't find it, because that would mean that they were in a very dangerous situation indeed.
Like I said, they have to go out there. We're going to see how severe. Now that the threat's been eliminated, we're going to analyze the threat of the fungus. So I'm sending
Alright.
out guards
Ooh,
tonight.
ooh. Tapping Riker. Tell them about the should
Oh,
something
yeah.
about
If you send your men out, best to have a covering over your mouth and nose. Just helps you to not get infected.
Understood. All right. I've got work to do, so it's best if you get.
Have a good evening.
You as well. And he turns, and even if you say anything else, he is off, and he is reporting to other members of his group, and they are busy as shit. It is getting close to the twilight hours. Like, there's probably only maybe an hour and a half of sunlight left before it is dark.
Well, I think we made it to bedtime, so I'm going to retire for the evening.
cheers.
Yeah, same.
Cheers.
Have a good rest, everyone.
Arsis, you sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay. Sammy,
Yes, sir.
it's been 8 hours. You're awake.
Yay.
Do you go back to sleep or do you stay awake in the night?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna stay awake for a little bit.
Okay. What do you do?
Well, first of all, I guess when I wake up, I see if anybody is downstairs.
Herc, are you still awake?
If everybody else went to bed at like the early twilight hours, Herc would have stayed up, had dinner, and drank and told the story of the morning to like any other like innkeep patrons that would listen.
Okay.
Even like pointing out the blood on the stool. He's like, "You should keep this stool. This is where this all
Having blood in your
started.
stool is a
You can
very
use
bad
this."
thing.
What's that?
Having blood in your stool is a very bad thing.
That's
Very bad.
should
If
have-
Herc
have
was
that
a
checked
little
out.
bit more clever, he might make a joke like that. But,
It's probably around midnight right now.
oh, then I'd be heading back to bed.
Yeah, because you guys all headed out probably around 1, 2, and he went up to go to sleep. So yeah, it's probably anywhere between 11 and midnight.
So before heading out, Sammy would have taken some time to write a couple of notes. One of which is for Steelheart, I believe his name was.
Yep.
Not knowing about the fact that it's 10 gold, but it was only going to be a day wages, he would probably write out a letter to some effect and maybe slip it under the door or pass it off to a guard to give to Steelheart.
Okay.
To commit my wages that I've earned to give to the crazy guy again, because again, don't have his name, and to sort of rehabilitating him in any way, shape, or form, or at the very least, paying off his prison costs.
As you go to hand the letter to the guard and inform him that it's for Darren Steelheart. Can I ask what the contents of this letter?
It's just to, it's a little debt that I want to help pay off is all. So,
You have debt.
oh, not my debt at all. It's actually a gentleman locked up there in one of your cells, and a little bit of a coin that I earned my way. I'd love to see donated to making sure that that man is either taken care of or that whatever costs associated with his incarceration is lessened because of that.
Are you attempting to pay his bail?
If that is what all he has, then so be it.
May I? And he looks at you before he opens up the letter, reads
That's
it.
fine. Did a little job around town for Darren, and well, I don't need the coin nearly as much as fella in there does. So
And he reads it, and you want to pay the bond of Crazy Joe?
yes, I do. Or at least put something towards it.
He's only in for disturbing the peace. It's not a high price to pay. Do you want to tell him yourself, or are you content with me just letting him go?
Just go ahead and let him leave. I don't need any sort of praise or any sort of acknowledgement of it. Just knowing that he's out of the cold cell and back to what semblance of life he might have is good enough for me.
Alright, he's only going to be in for a few days, so this is more than enough to cover. What would you like me to do with the rest of it? Just give it to him, is what it says.
Certainly, that's totally fine as well.
Alright.
Hopefully that Joe, you said his name is, find good use for it.
I'll let him know, and he hands it to one of the other guards and kind of whispers a few words and gives him a crazy look, and off he goes around the back side of the keep, heading towards the jailhouse. All right, I'll let Steelheart know where your wages are going to be allocated. You have a wonderful rest of the night. You probably shouldn't be out too late.
Just having myself a little midnight stroll is all. Catching some of that crisp, cool air.
All right. Good night, sir.
You have yourself a wonderful night.
He goes
And,
back to his patrol.
With that then, I'm probably going to take a longabout way,
Okay.
back ways areas and everything, and kind of case out Timmins.
Alrighty. Given the proximity of Timmins to the keep, start to think that maybe the finest establishment inside of the town, small town, was strategically placed as close to the keep as it is for good reason. Go ahead and describe to me what you're looking for and I'll tell you whether or not you're going to give me a perception or an investigation.
I am looking for lights on in or around Timmins.
Okay.
I am looking for patrols that might be coming around.
All right, you can give me a
Timmins?
perception for this. This
Okay.
is
Oh, fuck you.
some of the easier things to spot. As you walk by, you can tell that there aren't any lights on inside of the establishment. Even though the curtains are now closed, you can still see the slight gap in between the curtains, that there is no light coming from beyond. As far as patrols go, you see some guards walking by with a javelin spear, a spear and a torch in the other hand, kind of walking, but you can't necessarily see any sort of pattern. It's possible that there isn't one. Maybe they're not as trained as some of the bigger cities that you've seen, where you can definitely tell that there's every 5-10 minutes there's a patrol that goes through a regiment. Here it doesn't appear to be that way. As far as lights going on around, there's not a whole lot of light around the surrounding buildings, so it actually is relatively dark.
There any back door? There was a back door in, or was there a back door in Timmins? I can't remember now.
As you were inside, you remember him going into a back room. Actually, yes, I do believe we talked about it. There is a back door.
I can't help but feel that there's trouble brewing.
Oh, what it was that you saw, it was something about the locks on the front. As you looked at the front door, there was no place to insert a key on the front door, but he clearly locked it. That's what it was. Meaning, or yeah, that there had to have been an alternative means of entrance for him to enter to unlock the front door.
Okay. Then
So yes, you do find a back door.
Yeah, I will begin my shenanigans at the back door. Windows?
There are a few windows, but not in the back. The windows on the first floor are on the front of the building, the main ones. There are a few windows on kind of a second floor, but no lights.
Then I will start my shenanigans at the back door.
Alrighty. Give me a sleight of hand check if you're gonna pick this lock. I gotta pee one more time. Sorry.
Come on, baby. Come on, don't fuck me. Not good.
I don't know. He
Not
said
good.
he was
Not
good.
bad, though.
increasing his security.
Not that good, though.
Yeah, we had like a whole conversation. We drew a lot of attention to that
Be a
dagger.
shame if anybody took that dagger.
Yeah, no shit.
Be a shame if there
Damn
was
you
a,
guys.
It's like we did everything short of that. Like put a
Be a shame if there was a glyph of warning.
Wow, that dagger's really cool.
Fucking Christ, guys.
Yeah, there's something going around. You should probably increase your protection over your place.
Just a hunch, man. Okay.
Yeah. It's awfully fancy. People would real shame if everybody's just started looking and talking about this fucking dagger.
I mean, it is kind of a cool dagger, to be fair.
Rin sees shiny, Rin asks about shiny. I don't know what to tell you.
Alrighty. What do we got? A 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not rolling really well
Glyph
right
of
now.
Warding. Glyph of warding.
As you attempt to pick the lock on the back door, the first thing you notice is that this is a very well-made lock. It appears to not have had the typical wear of the elements of being exposed to the outside. The exterior is free of any rust. Almost what's the word that I'm looking for? Almost unusually so. Like, you've always seen like a little bit of rust build up along the seams of where the door meets the lock, and the water kind of tends to rest there. But this is a pristine lock, and as you're fidgeting in there trying to pick the lock and bumping the different pins, you can't seem to get it. Fortunately, you can't get the door to budge. What would you like to do?
Well,
Is there another method that you would like to
yeah,
try?
I don't want to go for any front windows, but maybe a side window. See if anything is a little more accessible than that.
Okay. As you approach the side window that is on the first floor, the curtains are drawn, but you can peer just underneath of them. And as you kind of cup your hands along the side to get rid of any sort of outside light that might be reflecting off of it to prevent you from seeing inside, you can see into what appears to be his back workshop, where he has, typical sewing equipment. It's hard to see anything other than just large shadows, just because there's no internal source of light, only just a little bit of light that's peering in through the crack in the curtains. But from what you see, it's just his back office.
All right, I'm going to take a little string, and I'm going to try to... I'm going to string up the bell about ankle height between the... If there's length between two buildings, maybe I'll get a couple of sticks and put it up. Put it up on those two sticks.
Okay.
I want the bell to be between myself and the front of the building.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to either jimmy this window or... Fuck. I want to break the window, but...
Smash it! Smash them windows!
Might
Just like
try to
run
break-
at it really quickly and break through it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let me try to
teleport.
jimmy the window.
Okay.
So you're gonna throw a man named Jimmy through the window?
Poor Jimmy, don't do that to
He
him.
didn't do anything.
Jimmy
wrong.
deserves it. Damn it.
Give another sleight
Jimmy's
of
a
hand
sweet
check.
man, and you just happened to throw him through a window.
Did you check to see if there was like a sign protected by?
Okay.
Wish I had that roll the first time, but whatever.
Looking at the lock that keeps the window closed, you can see that the last time that it was initiated, it was not fully set. It's still locked, but giving it a little bit of wiggling and kind of twisting with the play of the window and the sides, getting it to where the latch falls off and you are safely able to lift it up.
Okay.
Now,
Looking at the bell, I'm going to enter the room.
give me a stealth check.
God.
Byron, why can't you roll more like that for stealth?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to do that.
I have a bigger stealth bonus.
Hard to be stealthy when you're that fancy.
At the same time, we are much higher level in that other campaign.
Yes.
And I just feel like you've never failed a stealth check, and I find that hilarious.
I think I failed like one early on, but
Oh,
other
you
than that,
did?
no. Like a long ass time ago.
Okay.
Wait, you guys are only level 2? Sheesh. Okay.
Yeah, and that
shit.
bear you threw at us almost killed one of us.
That's right.
Luckily.
Yeah. Anyways, stepping through the window as it was opened, you can tell that you're a little off of your game as the window was kind of closing again. It made a little more noise than what you had intended to. Listening around, you don't necessarily hear any noise or rustling from the noise that you had made. What do you do?
Well, I just rolled a dice to see if I'm gonna chicken out of this shit, and I totally did not. So, Sammy is gonna push forward because he's a big fucking idiot.
Alrighty, and what are you looking for?
Looking for that fucking dagger.
Alrighty.
You poor dummy.
Yep.
Give me a perception check. At disadvantage because it's in
Yep.
dark light.
Mother. Stretching. Need to. Oh, fuck off.
Womp womp.
Rip.
Venturing out into the front room, the door, the archway that led from the back room into the front room was propped open, and you make your way to the glass case where you had previously seen the dagger, and it's not there. It's no longer on the pedestal. Kind of looking around, you look at the table, kind of search a couple drawers, shelving underneath of the desk. Maybe they moved it. You don't see it.
Are there stairs leading anywhere?
Yeah. You remember seeing some stairs in the back room.
Right. At this point, the dagger is not anywhere nearby. I'm just gonna bug out at this point. I'm not satisfied with this. Like this.
It's not going right. You can feel it.
Nope. Yep.
Walking into the back room, as you turn the corner, and you see the window there, still closed, the curtains pushed to the side. As you go to lift the window, you hear a voice. The 16 was a perception check.
Yeah, I figured.
I thought the sign stated pretty clearly that we were closed.
Going to straighten my back.
And as you straighten your back, you feel a sharp poke in the small of your back. Not deep, but enough for you to know that there is a pointed object at the small of your back, centered right into your spine.
Well, I just couldn't help myself and
He
wanted
feels
to take another.
the fabric of the cloak. I know who you are and why you're here. You thought that I didn't see, but I saw. I saw your friends come in too, asking about this dagger.
Yeah, I gotta love those idiots. They're great. Gonna
How about we play a game?
slowly turn around, hands down at my side. What game do you have in mind?
How about I show you what this dagger's capable of, personally. And if you survive, you can keep it. If you don't
like
want
that.
to play this game, we can just walk right over to the authorities.
Well, sir, it seems like you have me at a disadvantage right there.
It'll only be a couple dozen gold to bail you out if you're not man enough for the gamble.
Well, you see, I'm not too keen on being in that jail there. So, I guess, play this game of yours.
And without any hesitation, as you say, let's play this game of yours, you feel a sharp prick into your abdomen, and
Yep.
then another prick into your upper groin area as the serpent coils come, the fangs come in and sink into you.
Hold on, I'm just getting rid of that shit. Do your thing.
All right, I
Oh
gotta
my
pull
God.
up this fucking blade again because I don't have an item created. I have the stats written down. I just don't have an item created.
Hey,
Yeah.
So what
human,
happens if Sammy dies?
hey, variant human, use your dwarven. Oh wait, you're just a human.
It's always
Hey, Hurt could play this game the next day.
All right,
I just hope he doesn't have sneak attack. That
you
would
take
be unfortunate.
2 points of piercing damage.
And
7 points
That's not gonna kill him.
of poison damage.
Yep, that's not gonna kill me. That's gonna hurt a little bit, but it's not gonna kill me.
Make a Constitution
Almost kill
saving
him.
throw.
Oh, there it is. I think it should just be poisoned.
God damn, fuck these. God bless it. I mean, that's an average roll. I can't be complaining.
Yes, you can. You'll find a reason.
You're poisoned, so you suffer disadvantage on whatever for
Not everything.
for an hour.
Okay. Kind of try to stand and take the stab, but it hurts, and I begin doubling over a little bit, wincing in pain.
He sits down on the stool and rests his back onto the workbench. He watches you, waiting patiently.
You're a mighty big prick. And honestly, the cloak's not even worth the money that I spent.
Please just stab him again.
Yeah, rude.
There's something about you.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Incoming Taylor Swift. I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Yeah, I get that a little bit.
Well, a deal's a deal. Hands over the dagger. The poison won't work until the next... Well, I guess... when sunrise rolls around. I don't know fully how the magic works, but... once per day, the fangs will work.
Take the dagger, I guess. You know, I was just gonna leave you a little something behind instead. Just taking it out of the box, but you know, I just don't think that's right now.
My curiosity is piqued. What did you plan on leaving behind?
Don't worry about it. You know, the little hole inside me right there, the other little holes, I'm not feeling so generous anymore. So, but if you're gonna leave me with this, yeah, I begin pushing myself up against the wall to stand up. Just gonna, if it's all right with you, use the door now instead of just falling out the window.
You can leave the same way you came in. Hopefully you don't get caught.
Yeah,
And if you
hopefully.
try to tell anyone about this, you stole that dagger from me, and you were stabbed in self-defense.
Trust me, I have no intention of telling anybody else anything else.
He walks over to the window and he lifts it for you.
I'll just kind of roll out the window and unceremoniously thud myself onto the floor.
Good night. He shuts the door, or the window rather, and locks it.
I look around. I look at the dagger. And I'll take the cloak. And I'll wrap the cloak around the dagger. And I will head back to the inn.
Okay. I'll make you a weapon.
It's fine.
Oh. Take an additional
I feel like I got off
3
pretty
points of
well.
damage. I forgot to add his dexterity modifier.
I'm still up.
Yeah, yeah. I figured you would be. It would be like really, really, really big rolls. I think I would have had to roll pretty close to max damage to down you, but it was still a possibility.
Timon's name is going in my notes.
I believe he told you his full name. I think you have his card, actually.
I do.
And it was Timon Silverthread. Alrighty. Bleeding and poisoned. What do you do?
Where is
Fuck.
Thaddeus? Well, Thaddeus is at the Silver Wink Inn, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry to keep doing this to you, but we haven't gone anywhere else. It's a +1 dagger, so it gets an additional point of damage.
That's fine.
I'm still sure you're not down, but yeah.
Keep it coming. I can take it.
Yeah.
Not much more.
All right. That is final. I was creating an item and I was looking at it and I was like, "Oh, fuck. Okay."
I would probably wind up in. Probably look for the caravan and probably just pass out in that.
Okay. The caravan was stored inside of the keep.
God damn it. Then I'm gonna go back to the inn.
Okay. As you're walking around Timmins, you hear distant murmurings. You've been out casing for about an hour now and going inside for probably another 15 minutes with your conversation. You can hear distant murmurings about fungal disease. It sounds like, to you at least, that Crazy Joe has been released.
Hey, there we go. No good deed go unpunished.
But you do make it back to the inn. Yeah, you just head back up to bed, just rest.
No. I would also like to check out to see if there's any shenanigans going on at that farm. What was it? 25.
Yeah, Ulian Farm. The sheep farm with the
Sheep farm, yes.
Yep. Okay.
There any? I would probably stay away from the farm, probably away from the road leading up, but maybe like tuck myself in along those along that tree line over there.
Okay.
And see if there's anything going on.
Making your way along the trees. You're still struggling from the poison coursing through your veins. Still bleeding a little bit, even though you've managed to stop that. You're still injured. But you make your way out there. And the farm sounds quiet. Outside of the sleeping of sheep, occasionally making some noise as they're rustling or bleating. Bleating?
Bleeding, yeah.
Yeah, as they're bleeding. The barn you can see between the wood slats that it's illuminated inside. You don't... Give me a perception check. With disadvantage, because you're poisoned.
Yep.
Womp womp.
Yep, didn't forget that. Is that 2 rolls?
Yep.
Totally is.
You don't hear anything inside, but it does appear to be illuminated.
Sensing in that much pain, probably not going to stick around too long. Try to determine if there's anything else going on in there. So, really interested to see if I can see any of those symbols that everybody else was talking about before. That tree of life symbol.
Okay.
If I don't see anything outside the barn, I'm not gonna pop in.
A second, let me look at... From this particular vantage point, you can't see the front doors, but you can see that there's a large double doors that are also on the side, which you imagine that they probably take the livestock through. But you also can't see, there's no wagon or horses out front, there's no boxes that are outside of the barn. Yeah, you don't see anything, unfortunately, from outside.
Yeah, kind of figured. Alright, well. Stick around for just a moment, and then I'm gonna head back to the inn.
Alrighty. Yeah, you stake it out for just a little bit longer, and I'll allow you to give me another perception check since you've stayed around for a little bit longer.
Sure. Disadvantage again.
10. I'll say with a 10, you can hear voices, but you can't make out anything that's being said.
Okay. That's fine. I'm hurting. It's time for a nap.
A poison nap.
Little poison nap, yeah.
Keep in mind, you can't benefit from another long rest right now.
Fine. No problem.
Best you can do is a short one.
That's fine.
Alrighty. And I guess, is there anything that anybody needs or wants to do to end the session? You guys are all good? I think most of you are sleeping, right? Alrighty. We will pick
Just,
up there next time.
The name of Herc Heart Song was hopefully spread to patrons of the Silver Link.
Herc Heart Song. Yes, indeed.
Or Herc the Hulking Hunk.
Herc the hulking half-orc hurricane hunk.
The half-orc hurricane Hulking Hunk.
Gotcha, yeah.
Herc Heart Song.
Exactly. You
Be
know what?
hurtful.
I'm gonna have that printed on a t-shirt.